You rehearse the sentence in your head 3 times before you say it out loud in the meeting. And by the time it's your turn, someone else already said it, better, louder, first. You shrink in the group chat. You say just checking instead of I need an answer. You let your camera stay off so no one watches you think. You're not bad at your job. You're just bad at showing that you're good at it. Today I want to explain what real confidence at work actually looks like, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, the way you take up space. And exactly how to build it, step by step. Confidence at work is not being the loudest person in the room. It's not having zero nerves, and it's not pretending you know things you don't. Real confidence is being willing to be seen while you're still learning. It's saying here's my take before it's fully polished, because a good enough answer today beats a perfect one you never say out loud. It's asking the question everyone else is also confused about. It's putting your name on the work you did instead of quietly hoping someone notices. Confident people aren't smarter than you, more often than not. They've just practiced being visible. That's a skill, not a personality type. And skills can be built, deliberately, the same way you built every other thing you're good at. Here's what happens when you stay small at work. Your ideas get said by someone else in the next meeting, and they get the credit, not because they're smarter, but because they said it first and you didn't. You get passed over for the stretch project, not because you couldn't do it, but because you never signaled you wanted it. You over-prepare for every conversation, which drains you, and still underperform in the room, because all that energy went into anxiety instead of delivery. You accept the first salary number, the first title, the first maybe next cycle, because negotiating feels like asking for too much. And slowly, your resume becomes a list of what you did quietly, instead of what you're capable of, because capability that no one can see doesn't get promoted. This isn't a character flaw. It's usually a lesson you learned somewhere else, long before this job. Maybe you were the kid who got told to be quiet, be polite, don't show off, don't correct adults, and that turned into never correcting your manager either. Maybe an early job punished you for speaking up. One bad reaction to an idea, one eye roll in a meeting, and you learned it was safer to just do the work and stay invisible. Maybe you're used to being the only one who looks like you in the room, and you learned that being wrong once gets remembered longer than it does for everyone else, so you triple-check before you ever speak. None of that makes you weak. It makes you someone who adapted to the room you were in. But you're allowed to stop adapting to a room that no longer needs you to be small. If you rewrite a Slack message 5 times before sending it, this is you. If you say, sorry, quick question before every question, this is you. If you wait for someone else to validate your idea in the chat before you'll say you agree with it out loud, this is you. If you downplay your own work with it's not a big deal the second someone compliments it, this is you. If your voice gets quieter, not louder, when you're talking about something you actually know well, this is you. This is not about being fake or arrogant. It's a pattern of making yourself smaller than the room requires. And every pattern can be retrained. Let's make this practical. 3 areas: how you speak, how you carry your body, and what you do daily. How to talk. Cut the disclaimers. Not this might be a dumb idea, but just say the idea. Replace I think maybe with I'd suggest. Say the sentence, then stop, resist the urge to fill the silence after it with an apology. Slow down. Confident people pause before answering. A pause reads as thoughtful, not weak. Rushing to fill silence reads as nervous, even when you're right. State your work as fact, not as a favor. I finished the report, not I hope this is okay, I tried my best on the report. How to behave. Walk into rooms like you were invited, because you were. Shoulders back, chin level, don't apologize with your posture before you've said a word. Make eye contact when you speak and when you listen, it's the fastest nonverbal signal of confidence there is. Take the seat at the table, not the chair against the wall. Physical position quietly trains how people treat you. Stop nodding through everything. Reserve your nod for actual agreement. Constant nodding reads as seeking approval, not offering it. The daily techniques. Speak once in every meeting, even briefly, a question, an agreement, a data point. The goal is presence, not perfection. Keep a running list of your wins, weekly, in your own words. Before performance review season, memory fades, and you'll need the evidence when it's time to advocate for yourself. Ask for what you want directly, out loud, before it's offered. Promotions and raises usually go to the people who named the target, not the ones who just quietly hoped for it. Let a mistake be small. Fix it, name it once, move on, don't narrate your own incompetence for the next 3 meetings. Confident people make errors look like data, not identity. Confidence at work was never about having nothing left to prove. Everyone in that room is still figuring something out. It's about deciding your voice belongs in the room before you've collected enough proof to feel ready, because the proof comes after you speak, not before. You don't need a personality transplant. You need to stop rehearsing the sentence and start saying it. That is who you are. That is who you are becoming.